So, this is the second second episode with our intro.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, we didn't post one yesterday or last week.
Yes.
I don't know why I said yesterday. It just got crazy. Life got
honestly,
crazy.
I mean, if anybody understands what the holidays is like, they know. So, but yeah, it gets a little crazy. Also, it's not even that maybe you might be home or not. Just the weeks are busy.
Yeah.
Like work, family. Friends. Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah, as long as I can remember, as I've been with you, December is just such a busy month. We have 2 birthdays. We have...
2 birthdays?
2 birthdays. Yours and my dad's.
Oh, yeah, it's the same...
Well, technically 3, I guess.
Yeah.
Because your mom.
Yeah.
And then we have 3 different Christmases that we have to attend.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Minimum of 3, and now we have our own family, so it's almost like 4.
Yeah.
Because it's, but...
And then we have 2 work parties to go to.
I know, now that...
Dude, it's just... Yeah. It's such a busy month.
I know. I would love to hang out with our friends for sure. Like, if everybody's like, let's do like a Christmas night or something, I would totally be down. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of thankful that none of my friends do. Because I don't know where I would even fit it in. I'd be like, do you want to do a Tuesday night? Or like,
what do you want to do? You guys want to go to trivia or something?
I know, I'm like, what do you guys... But I'm like, can we just postpone? Can we celebrate Christmas in like February or something? That would be cool. So, yeah, it's busy. But I'm hoping everybody's having a good holiday so far.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
So I guess let's just get into it.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think I have for you?
I don't even know. I saw a picture of a man when you were looking it up.
A picture of a man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he comes
Black
up later.
Black and white picture, so I don't know how far ago it was, but...
So it's one thing that we've all been to as school kids... Pretty much, I think our first field trip, from what I can remember, at Maple Grove.
Idaho people? Idaho peeps?
Idaho people, yep. Idaho State Penitentiary.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it has some pretty interesting history. So, fun fact, the penitentiary was built before Idaho was a state.
Oh!
Yeah.
So they were ready.
Yeah, so it was built in 1870 using inmate labor. So...
For where?
From Boise.
Did we have a jail? Wait.
There was a jail, but there wasn't it was technically classified as a territory prison.
Oh.
So, the Idaho State Penitentiary was a territory prison, and there was a jail in Boise that built it.
Oh, dang.
So the inmates built it.
Nice. Put in the work.
Yeah, it started getting built in 1870, and it was officially built in 1872. And then Idaho didn't even become a state until 1890.
Okay, real quick. I'm thinking, you're telling me years here. You're telling me it only took 2 years for these guys to build a prison, but it takes how long for us with more technology nowadays to build a building?
Well, they get to go home 2 prisoners. So, I mean, if I were them, I'd work longer hours, too. You know?
What do you mean?
Blue-collar boys and women, they gotta go back to their families. These guys don't. They gotta go back to Big Mike in the prison cell.
Oh, But what I'm saying is, how does it take the same amount of time?
My guess is OSHA is probably not around on those prison site.
So you think back then they got more stuff done because they cut corners, but then nowadays we have more technology, but we have more rules, so it slows us down?
I mean, summed up, yeah. I'm not going to say technology, because technology makes us go faster, but it's rules. Like OSHA. There's a faster way to get everything done all the time.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But I don't know. I'm not saying that's the only reason.
Yeah.
There definitely could have been other reasons. Maybe they were just worked harder, you know? I have no idea.
If they were harder then you would think it'd be, faster. And it'd be slower, or it'd be faster. You think it would, I don't know. It
Well,
just feels...
I mean, okay, so let's take into consideration, like, I'm assuming in 1870 they didn't have a lot of the features that buildings have now. So
yeah.
they actually only, well, we'll get into, actually, well, I'll just tell you right now. So Boise was not supposed to be the capital of Idaho.
I think I knew that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was actually supposed to be Lewiston.
Okay. I thought it was northern. Okay.
Yeah, so what happened...
Because that's a... water?
Yeah, so Lewiston is the most inland port in the United States.
That's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Water? It has water.
It has water. Sure does,
Smells like cooked broccoli.
It does. It smells like broccoli. It is... You know when you're in Lewiston. Pooiston. You know when you're there.
It stinks. Yeah.
But pretty much what happened was the Ada County Commissioner. So at this time, Idaho was a territory still. It was bunched in, I think, with Oregon and Washington. Oregon and Washington.
I think, yeah. I even think Montana. No, not Montana. That was...
So it was bunched in, and so the Ada County Commissioner wrote up a bid to go up to Lewiston, so the state penitentiary could be built up there. But what happened is this entrepreneur from Boise literally knew it was going to get built. He bought a plot of land in one day, built a shack on it, claimed a deed, and then talked to the Ada County Commissioner. He's like, hey, I already got a jail. I got a jail here already. We could just build it here. And he was deciding it. He was teetering it in his mind. And then what happened was, after they found a high-quality quarry mine, or like a high-quality stone, after they found the high-quality stone, they were like, oh, the inmates can just pull the stone from right next to it, build it. And they were like, and from that point on, they were like, yeah, let's build it in Boise. That's what did it.
So there was like a mine or whatever right in, like, it's there?
Yeah.
Can you go there? Like, and look at the mine?
Yeah, it's right next to it.
I'm a rock girl. I like rocks. So, dang, I want to check that out.
So I think, yeah, maybe we could go check it out.
I know that we actually... I've been wanting to weirdly go back there and check it out, but we've never just gotten out of the way and doing it.
I know. So we had our senior prom there?
That was... No, junior year. It was junior year. Senior year, I think, was... I want to say it was a train depot or something like that.
I don't remember. I just remember the Idaho Penitentiary.
Yeah, the penitentiary was...
that was a fire spot. That was a fire spot. I don't know why they don't do that every year.
I know. I'm guessing because, first off, it was outdoors. So we were pretty lucky that it was, like, good weather.
It was nice out.
Especially, like, in May. And if you live in Idaho, like, you know, May's, like, hit or miss, like, especially on rain. It could be
snow or it could be 80 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. So it was gorgeous because there's a big courtyard in the penitentiary. And... I mean, at this point, it's beautiful. There's flowers, like the grass, like it looks...
I bet it didn't look like that.
I bet it didn't when they were building it. But it is beautiful now, especially if you like more scenic views of like the old buildings.
So you know how those walls look? Each individual brick was hand carved by an inmate and laid by another inmate.
That is insane.
Each little brick that you see on those walls, and they're 15-foot tall... Yeah. Like high grade quarry stone. I don't know exactly. Stone.
The watchtowers and stuff was also made, I'm guessing, of that. Yep. So what lines the botanical gardens is what that is.
Yep.
Dang, that's crazy how it holds up so well. Because I'm guessing they do stuff to take care of it now.
Well, you gotta think about it, like, you know those old, like, Gothic Roman buildings like in Europe, those are made of the same stone. They're been around for hundreds of years. Yeah. And then you have like these stick homes. You'd be lucky to get 60 years. You know. Yeah. But you have these older homes with like super dense wood because it was from back in the day that are still standing.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's just crazy because I can picture it, parts of it. I remember. Are you gonna talk about anything spooky at all? of the penitentiary?
No, I mean, I'm going to touch on it, but I didn't really do anything spooky. What do you have, though?
I still just remember, like, when we had our prom, people were like, because I remember it was like a photo booth or something was inside one of the cells or something like that.
Yeah.
And people were, like, running out, like, dude, creepy stuff is happening there. Because it started, like, the sun was, like, down. Like, the sun was going down and stuff. So, I could imagine, like, it, being a little spooky after dark.
Yeah, so it actually was...
The hanging?
The gallows.
The gallows, that's what it's... the hanging.
The hanging... Have you seen the hanging chair?
The hanging chair? They're like, so what is that?
Yeah, so the Idaho State Penitentiary is actually named one of the most haunted places in the world. Or, not in the world, the nation.
Wow, that's crazy.
But surprisingly, there was only 126 deaths that took place. In 100 years?
I know. That's not
101 years? That's not a very good KD ratio.
That's not bad at all, actually.
Mm-mm.
Dang, that's intense.
Right. And that's
including
suicides, executions. Yeah.
Because if anything, I think it's just, I would say it's mostly executions because death penalty is still around, right? I want to say it's still around. It's never gone away at any point.
Like, I would say yeah, but the death row, like personally, I think death row is how they're doing it with just a concoction of drugs is super inhumane. I think shooting somebody in the head is more humane than what they're doing. Did
you hear about how that happened? How they were like, pharmaceuticals were charging like a ton of money.
Yep. It's just more people lining their pockets.
Yeah, so they charged a ton because they were like, this is unethical. So we brought back the firing squad.
To be honest, it is the most ethical way.
Well, yeah.
If somebody's that bad of a person, no matter who they don't deserve to die having a seizure from a concoction of drugs. Mm-hmm. You know? Just take a bullet to the head, dude.
Yeah.
Unless you're a pedophile. A predator. Then, like, you can just starve to death, to be honest.
Honestly, just lock you up, throw away the key.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
But, what were we talking about before this?
It was built how this guy just, like, threw a shack up. It was like, oh, yeah, I already have a jail.
Okay, yes.
And then there's this mine. So you can go in the mine?
No. So it wasn't actually like a mine, what you're thinking. What they do is they dig out part of a hillside or a mountainside or even just flat land, and then underneath it there's like different kinds of stones. I see. In this scenario, it was quarry stone.
I was hoping there was like a full on like.
Bro, I would never go into a mine.
Dude, I've heard.
Never.
I've heard of I don't know what they're called, but people, I also want to call them, like, mine fairies, like, where people, like, say, like, they hear voices down there, and a lot of it's chalked up to the gases that get released, and they mess with your head, but I have to do some research on it, because I know there's, like, especially from mining accidents, people are like, dude, you can hear people just screaming down there, and there's nobody down there. You're like, oh my god.
Dude, that stuff gives me shivers, man.
I know. I've given you a break.
Dude, I do not like spooky stuff, and you know it. Like, I don't...
I know, and I think that's why I like telling you spooky stuff, because you get all freaked out.
So Ethan, actually, I was talking to him. He listens to some of the episodes, and he was like, I think it was Ethan. I'm pretty sure it was Ethan. You know who you are. Yeah. He's like, you got some more spooky stories coming up? And I pretty much told him, I was like, they're not my favorite. He's like, I could tell. I could tell.
That's awesome. I mean, it's fun to tell them to you because you get all freaked out.
Dude, because, I don't know what it is, but, like, the scariest movie to me still of all time.
Have you seen it?
I don't know if you've seen it, actually.
This is an alien one, because those don't
count.
Yes.
What do you mean they do?
They don't count.
Yes. All right.
Okay, tell me
another poll. Another poll is going up on this episode. Are alien movies scary? Sometimes. I'm not saying every single one.
I would say suspenseful, but I wouldn't say they're a scary movie.
Scary. Psychological thriller. Okay, I'm just gonna put aliens scary ? Yes or no?
No.
What
Is
should I put?
alien movies considered scary movies?
That's too broad. I'm just gonna say.
Okay, what's the movie?
Okay.
What's the movie? Tell me.
Signs.
I have seen it.
Terrifying.
Remember when I was laughing during it, and I was
You were
like,
laughing?
you were like, "This is."
I thought you were crying.
No. I was like, "This is what you're scared of." You're like,
yes.
You're like, yes.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you know what's so scary? The Conjuring, dude.
That's laughable.
No.
Signs?
I'm trying to.
You're saying Signs is less scary?
Have you seen Sinister?
Yeah.
Dude. No, I don't think. Have you?
Yeah, dude, of course.
No, you haven't. That one's terrifying. I think it's been voted one of the most scariest movies.
Easy, dude. Nothing compared to Signs. Signs is terrifying.
That's the one where they're like stuck in the house,
dude.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had me watch it.
Dude, terrifying. Terrifying.
Uh-huh.
Just don't me. Just imagine. Just imagine, dude.
I'm not saying
bro, hold on. Just imagine you're chilling at home, your fucking dog gets murdered outside, and then you're like, I wonder what that is. And then you start hearing and seeing weird things out in your cornfield, and then one night you hear them on your roof, or you hear them around your house, and you fucking go outside, and you're like, we think it's our neighbors. We're gonna beat the shit out of them. So they go out, running around the house with baseball bats, screaming and yelling, only to find the fucking aliens have jumped on your roof, and then they're trying to kill you. Terrifying. Nightmare.
First off,
the whole house is burning. Nightmare.
First off, nightmare.
Nightmare.
First off, you would never catch me out in the
Besides the point.
First off, you would never catch me out there. Just
and
saying.
then second of all, never grown a cornfield. I've seen Jeepers Creepers. I know what comes out of those bad boys.
Children of the fucking corn, dude? Have you seen that?
That's not scary.
Bro,
Jeepers Creepers?
Your mom is gonna get you if you say Stephen King isn't creepy.
Stephen King? More like Stephen not King. Dude,
he's got some creepy stuff. It freaked me out.
It is pretty scary, I'll give you that.
Don't freak me
Where
out.
does Jeepers Creepers come from? Who made that?
I want to say it was Stephen King.
Let's look it up real quick. So we looked it up.
And it's not Stephen King. I was wrong. It's on recording. I was wrong.
Classic.
It was Victor Salva. He's the the first two stories of this from this last year of 2023. It says Jeeper Creepers, just let the franchise die already. That's one of the articles. Damn. And then the other one is how Victor Salva's sex crimes caused Jeepers Creepers boycott.
Wow.
I mean, he kind of looks a little...
Damn. Yeah. I would have just gone with the title Creeper.
Apparently, it looked like he had played the Creeper. So, he literally...
He was telling us.
Jeepers Creeper consists of 4 American horror movies. The first 3 movies were written and directed by Victor Salva.
And the last one was by his jail cell.
Tomio... Ooh, I don't even know how to say that.
Is it an ethnic name?
I mean, yeah. But it's right there. It's like
Timo Voronsola.
Voronsola?
That's what we're going with. Timo Voronsola.
But yeah, so he wrote the last one. But
did I ever tell you that Jeepers Creeper story the first time I watched it?
No, I don't. To be honest, I don't even know if I've seen Jeepers Creepers.
Well, it's from what I remember. I think the last time I sat down and watched a movie. Okay, let me get the whole setting here. Okay, we got plenty of time. Okay, let me rein you in here. It was a dark and stormy night. It's a dark and stormy night. It was around this time in 2008, we'll say. 2008.
Okay.
Maybe, 2008 sounds right. Okay. Dark and stormy night.
10?
You know, the sun was down, so was our economy. It's all down. Even scarier. Double darkness.
Scary.
Okay. I don't know. I remember what year this was, but I'm going to go with 2008. Okay. We go out to Parma, Idaho, which is, if you know where Boise is, it's about 45 minutes from Boise, heading towards Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's up there, and we have some cousins out there, and so we went out for Christmas. And we spent an evening with them or whatever. And so my cousins, they had a scary movie called Jeepers Creepers. And so we put it on in their room. And so it was me.
I think I remember this.
My whole all my siblings, most of my siblings, and then my cousins. And we watched Jeepers Creepers, dude. And I'm telling you, I was fucking terrified.
I bet you were crowning.
Bro, I was crowning. I was sitting there like... This thing's so funny. And I was just crying.
You're just pooping your pants.
Yeah. The scene I remember is the creeper or whatever jumping up over the corn stalks. Going... jumping over like... So the bus broke down because the Jeeper Creeper slashed its tires. It's been 20 fucking years. You guys have to have seen this. I'm not spoiling it for you. And the creeper, he's jumping over the corn stalks like on 4 legs. Creepy as hell. Okay, that image is burned into my mind. Okay, so now we didn't even finish the movie. Okay,
That's even worse.
Okay, my mom and dad
said, finish a scary movie. That's worse.
Why is it worse?
Because you don't get closure. Usually by the end of it, they like kill off the bad guy or they do something. Like there's an end. If it doesn't finish, dude. You're wrecked.
Well, then that was my first fuck up of the night there, I guess. Actually, that was number 2. First one was trusting my family. Okay, so anyways.
Oh my gosh.
We get out, and my mom and dad, they say, all right, we're getting ready to go. So we all get into my mom's minivan. Mm-hmm. What's in front of us on a dark and stormy night? It's a fucking cornfield.
Idaho does have quite a bit of farmlands.
Bro, what I tell you? I took the seat farthest away, and I thought we were going to die that night. I mean it. I swear to God, my mom and dad knew we were watching a scary movie and let us sit in there for an hour. I swear.
Oh, they like loaded you up, but then we're like...
They stayed in there. They stayed in the house. I swear to God. And it was an hour. We all thought we were going to die. All of us.
You guys have tears running down your face.
Bro, it was terrible. And then we took off and everything was fine.
I thought it was you sat at a gas station, but that would make more sense.
No, it was terrifying is what it was. Anyways. Okay, what were we talking about before this?
Talking about the penitentiary.
Okay, penitentiary, yes.
I asked if it was spooky at all, and
So, not really. I didn't go into the spooky side.
Okay.
Although it is named as one of the most haunted spots in the United States. Mm-hmm. But I didn't get into the spooky side.
Okay.
Not me, anyways. So another fun fact about it is that in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln...
Dang.
Right? He signed the Organic Act of 1863, where Idaho Territory received recognition of its sovereignty, and county jails at Idaho City and Lewiston were designated as temporary territorial prisons. So, think of the Wild West. Mm-hmm. After he signed that, it was more of a tamed Wild West.
Okay.
Idaho was really rich in gangs and crime at that point because it was pretty much a lawless territory. You could do whatever you wanted to.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cool, but it's interesting.
All right. What else do I have here? So, that act made Idaho a territory and have its own economy. So, and it separated Idaho from Washington. And it pretty much started its steps into statehood.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because when did we become a state?
1890.
Did you look that up or did you just know that?
I just knew that.
No way.
Idaho, baby.
Oh.
I'm purebred. I already told you about that. So at that time, so I want you to guess what the population of Boise was in 1863.
83.
83 people.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So there
I need to be a lot higher.
Quite a bit higher, yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you one more guess and that's it.
Okay. 2,142.
No.
Okay.
Population was 725.
Oh.
Okay, and Lewiston in 1864. Take a guess. You get one guess.
I'm gonna keep that one at my 2,000 something.
That one at 2,000? 414.
I thought Lewiston was bigger back then.
I
Guess
know.
not.
I don't know.
Well, never mind. My logic has failed me.
So I didn't want to get into the whole history of the penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to talk about two different people in there, which is that guy you were talking about at the beginning. But there was a story that's pretty well received about the Idaho State Penitentiary. In 1952, Dennis
The Menace.
Dennis the Menace, he was a kitten found in a prison barn by an inmate.
I literally was like a kitten. They had furries back then. Okay, an actual kitten.
Actual kitten. The guards allowed him to keep Dennis. You know, the guards allowed the people to keep Dennis.
Oh, really?
Yep. Even though they were not allowed to have pets. But Dennis ended up becoming like a prison favorite. Like, everybody loved Dennis. Give him spare scraps. Dennis rolled around. He was just, like, loved by everybody. The guards and the prisoners. And to this day, Dennis, in 1968, was the only prison member to be buried inside the walls of the Idaho State Penitentiary.
Interesting. So they were like, you know what? You live with all these inmates. You are one, bub. You're trapped.
Yeah, I mean, people give him food. He hangs out.
Dang.
He's the only, like, if you go...
Could you imagine how much love that cat gets?
Dude.
Because, like...
Yeah.
I bet these people just want, like, some good, like, physical, like, contact and some, like...
And a cat love is pretty good.
And sometimes those kind of cats, like... It does feel like they need love only in certain amounts.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when there's, like, a lot of people, like, more of a group, they kind of just, like, go to who they want.
Mm-hmm.
And they know. But that's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah. So if we go visit the penitentiary, Dennis has the only headstone inside the walls of the penitentiary.
What a cutie.
Isn't that wild?
I picture him as an orange cat. What color did you say he was? Or did you say...
I have no idea.
You don't know what color he was?
Mm-mm.
I feel like he's an orange cat.
That's funny, because I was imagining an orange cat with white stripes.
Do you think we can find a picture of him?
Let's see.
Okay, let's find it. Yeah, so we found out what he was. He was a little tuxedo cat, so that's like the black, and they kind of have like a little white nose or a white chest, and sometimes little white paws, but...
And we'll upload a picture to our Instagram.
Yeah.
What is our Instagram?
Didn't anyone mention.
Didn't anyone mention. So we'll have some pictures with the penitentiary.
Yeah.
And we'll have one of Dennis the cat.
Yeah, and apparently they have like a whole Dennis the Cat Day on May 26th because that's actually... They knew he was born on that day. Huh. So I think that's interesting.
That is pretty cool.
Apparently, it looked like you can like bring your cat. I read it only briefly because I was trying to find it, but it's like you can bring your cat.
Do you think cats feel ghosts?
Oh, 100%.
Like they can like...
But I don't like thinking about it because especially when they like zone off all the time. Like that freaks me out.
Oh, you think they're looking at a ghost?
Not all the time, but like I'm just saying like sometimes in different houses, Stormy has looked off into corners more and some haven't, so...
Fair enough. Okay, moving on. So, over its century operation, so 101 years, the penitentiary received more than 13,000 convicts.
13,000 in only, 100? Dang.
Yeah, coming and going, I'm assuming.
Dang, and only 100 something died?
Yep.
Jeez.
126. But only 215 were women.
Man.
Pretty low percent. And they housed them all together.
Man.
So what happened was, when women started getting convicted, or they pretty much started going to jail, they housed them in with the men all in one.
Get right.
And it got a little wild, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So what happened is they made the inmates again. The warden gave up his house, and the inmates extended the wall, built their own women's quarters, because the warden saw it as more of a necessity rather than a luxury to separate the women from the men.
I mean, yeah, because some of those crimes have to be sexual crimes too, right?
Probably. I don't know all of it.
Think,
so
part of it would be that too.
So while I was doing this,
I don't know.
Hold on. The Idaho State Historical Society, they also have a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's called Behind Gray Walls, where they tell the stories of individual inmates.
Oh, wow.
In their perspective. So I listened to a couple episodes. They're pretty good, so maybe give them a listen. So yeah. They talk about two of the inmates that we're gonna talk about.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I just burped. I'm sorry. So, there are two prisoners that are famous that came out of the Idaho State Penitentiary.
Oh.
One called Lady Bluebeard. And does that sound familiar?
Bluebeard sounds familiar, but that could just be random.
And then Harry Orchard.
That doesn't sound familiar.
So, Lady Bluebeard was named as Lida Southard. She was also known as Lida. Lyda. Lyda. It's kind of a nice name.
I was going to say, I kind of actually like it.
Lyda Anna Mae Trueblood is also a name.
It's kind of a nice name.
So, she was an American female suspected serial killer.
Dude, that might be why.
She killed, or it's suspected that she killed 4 of her 7 husbands for life insurance.
That's definitely why I've heard of her.
Huh?
It's definitely why I've heard of her.
Oh yeah? This sounds familiar? And she killed her brother-in-law and her daughter by using arsenic poisoning.
Okay, this sounds actually really familiar. Yeah,
but guess where she got the arsenic? Fly paper. Like to catch flies.
Really?
That's where she got it.
That doesn't sound familiar. I feel like I remember that. But I feel like women killers have been they would marry them and kill them.
So it might be one of the same ones.
It could be part of it, yeah.
She had a total of 7 marriages.
7 is a lot.
3 of them escaped, but 1 of them barely.
What do you mean escaped?
So she was technically still married to. So she killed her first 4, and then on her 5th one, she couldn't really kill him. He kind of knew what she was up to, but she kept moving around, and so she stayed married to him. Met another guy, stayed married, or married him, and then tried to kill him, didn't work out. Moved on to the next one, tried to kill him, didn't work out. But she kept the name of the 5th husband, the first one that she couldn't kill, Southard. Fun fact.
The one that never could get away.
I know. As much as she tried. But one of the victim's brothers that she killed was a chemist.
Oh.
Yeah, and he started gathering evidence around Lida Southard, Lady Bluebeard, and he started doing some digging of some graves, possibly, and discovered that the bodies that of her husbands were preserved. And what is that indicative of? Arsenic.
Oh.
Arsenic preserves the body. And so that's how we found it. Traces of arsenic. And he pretty much built a case around her.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's so crazy.
Yeah. And guess how much she collected?
Huh.
$7,000 out
That's
of
it?
all the husbands. In that time, it's only $7,000. You know how much it is today?
Maybe like 30?
No, 256,000.
Oh, damn. I don't even close.
Inflation, am I right?
Yeah, especially now. It feels like it hurts. So, like, $250,000, that's it?
Yeah, for killing 4 people, that's about
like...
maybe 60...
That's rough.
Not even 60,000, what am I saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 60,000 per.
Yeah. Dang, that... That's rough. That's like not even...
in my mind, that's
like,
not
I'm
worth
like,
it.
it's not worth it. Like, I'm trying to do the math, and it just doesn't work out.
The cost of living then, though, must have been so low. That must have been so much money. I'll give you $10.
Yeah. But that's how they bought houses at, dude. $7,000.
So Harry Orchard, he was another inmate there.
Orchard.
His career as a killer ended...
His career as a killer?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
He slayed former Idaho Governor Frank Stonnenberg of Caldwell on December 30th, 1905 with dynamite.
Just blew that baby up?
Just blew his ass up. And his confession led to one of the most celebrated trials of the early 20th century, and he was the last survivor of the famous participants in this trial.
Huh.
So there was Clarence E. Darrow in there, William E. Bora.
Bora, like as in Bora? Bora?
Yeah, the high school in Boise, Bora.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
And then, this name's funny, William D. Big Bill Haywood.
Big Bill.
Yeah, dude. So Stonnenberg incurred the wrath of the Western Federation of Miners Union when he called the federal troops to stop labor violence in North Idaho mining district in 1899. So miners that couldn't be trained or were wild, they were herded into bullpens, and then Orchard escaped. He was one of those miners, and he escaped, hiking over the hills to Montana, and he became a vagabond dynamiter. He would vagabonds like on the road, exploring, always out and about, moving around constantly.
Okay.
And he would kill people using dynamite, like people on a trail. He'd be sitting there waiting for dynamite and blow their ass up.
Jeez.
Yeah, he killed. After he got let go of the union that he was a part of, he went for union leaders and blew them up.
So he was a serial killer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Using dynamite.
That's intense.
Yeah, and he did this in California, Colorado, and Idaho. Just blowing people up.
Jeez, but he stayed here. Or he put his trial on, or he stayed in jail.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where he ended up. But, yeah, a little brief history on the Idaho State Penitentiary.
Dang. Yeah, we'll have to go check it out, and, yeah, it's cool when we have, like, old history like that around here. I mean, I feel like every place kind of does.
Imagine, like, Boston.
I know.
Or, like, Philadelphia.
East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast has a, like, super rich history. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, we have comparatively new history.
I
just even think, like, going to Greece, Rome.
That would be so cool. I think, like...
That would be crazy.
I think over here we're definitely... So, okay. Completely a side note here. So when I was doing HVAC still, we had one guy come over here from...
Was it Scotland or something?
No, it was somewhere on the East Coast.
Oh.
But their terrain, I guess, is very different than over here in Boise.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he said he grew up loving Westerns. But over there's like, you can't drive and find like a Western background. But like, we went out just south of Nampa, and he was like infatuated with the scenery. He's like, this looks just like the Western movies.
And you're like, yeah, that's what we're West.
I don't know. It was just kind of like, people grow up. Like, I couldn't imagine living my life without the mountains.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that so many times where I don't think I could live somewhere flat. I would need mountains.
Yeah, I don't think I could live
They are just beautiful.
Yeah, like when I went to Kansas City, it is like
flat. I know, it's weird to even think about. Even Florida, like visiting Florida, like when I was down in the peninsula.
Is that flat too?
Like, it felt like I could see the other side. Like, it was so weird. It was flat.
I'm still so mad I couldn't go to Florida, dude.
I mean, we'll just have to go ourselves.
I know.
It's crazy that you didn't go, though.
I know. I still kick myself because I could have totally passed that class.
It's fine. It's fine.
I know it's fine, but
life works out how it needs to.
I know, but I wanted to go, dude.
I know. Maybe, one of our friends never would have tried crocodile, though, or alligator.
You're right. He wouldn't be the man he is today. But that's what I have about the Idaho State Penitentiary.
It's awesome. I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
simple.
Give us a follow or a like or share this podcast.
Yeah.
Any support is awesome. We love doing it.
Yeah. Well, last week we hope was just like a one-off, but we're gonna try to make sure we keep on getting you guys something new every single week.
Yeah, we try to post every Monday. That's our new schedule. It's just once a week. Monday we release it about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So definitely listen to it on your way to work.
Yeah.
Or on your way home from work, whenever you have a chance.
Yeah. Or if you're doing errands, just toss an earbud in, or grocery shopping.
Yeah.
I mean, listening to a podcast or listening to music while you grocery shop, if you have to go in instead of order, it makes a world of difference.
Yeah. So give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a follow. Let us know where you're listening, and answer that poll. Don't forget that one.
The signs.
Yeah, the signs are alien scary. I still have to think of what it's going to be. But we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah. See ya.